thanks for taking the time to talk to us a little bit. So I've got on the phone, I'm telling the people on the video, uh, Bob Stewart, who set an FKT on the Tuscarora Trail in 2023. Is that right, Bob?
I believe so. I actually have my whole trip report open right now. I'm like reminiscing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. So I was impressed the last time I talked to you a week ago, and now that I've done a good chunk of miles on this trail, I'm even more impressed. And the only thing I'm a little disappointed at is that you didn't talk me out of it.
I definitely wouldn't do that. It's absolutely worth it. Yeah, it's an incredible trail.
So I'm going southbound. You went northbound. What was the most challenging part? What was the most rewarding part for you?
It was just an adventure. It's a pretty remote trail, but you also are going through towns. And one thing that I totally forgot about, I was reading my trip report, and it's funny, I had so many people stopping to like just be on the side of the road or like offer rides, which I obviously couldn't accept because I was going unsupported.
Right.
But just like, it's a really, really rugged trail, one of the most rugged I've hiked. And there's like a lot of logistics involved with ridge walking and like you have to figure out when to get water. I'd love to go back and re-hike it because I want to hit some of those trail towns and actually like hang out and enjoy it.
You've done you have a handful of FKTs under your belt, I believe. Where does this rank as far as difficulty?
I'd say it's at the top. So Mid-State Trail in Pennsylvania is longer, but it have as much elevation gain, I don't believe, if you do like the feet per mile. So it's up there. The terrain is really rugged, but you do have a few breaks where you have road walks. For example, tomorrow I think you're going to have like a 22-mile road walk and then the C&O Canal before you get to Dugan Hollow Shelter.
That's right. Yep. Hoping for a relaxing stroll tomorrow. That I need it. So
exactly. So you get like this really intense, like super. Like I was reading my notes, and that ridge line above you right now. You're below like Reed's Hollow Shelter?
Yes, we're right on the same property. Actually, our cabin is on the same 80-acre property as that shelter.
Yeah, it's super cool. So I got to Reed's Hollow, and that ridge line just destroyed me.
Yeah.
I just like couldn't take the rocks anymore. My brain was just. It was also, I think, like a 62-mile day for me, so I was just like done by the end of that one.
Yeah, it is brutal up there. So yesterday I was on a ridge. What was that town called? I think the town that it's above is called New Spring, and the trail kind of walks through New Spring, and that ridge was so painstakingly slow. I was just getting wrapped up in these briars and brambles and stuff, and it took me 10 seconds to go 2 or 3 steps. So my progress was halted there, and that sort of put me behind. But did you experience that kind of overgrowth? Some people I've been talking to have speculated we had a heavy rain season, but I assume it's like that just about every year.
So I did it in early April.
Oh, okay. Totally different time of year.
That was intentional. Just so I expected the trail to be a little bit overgrown, and it was, but nothing unmanageable.
Okay, well that's good to note. Maybe I'm hitting it at the wrong season there. To be honest with you, it was not a huge consideration of mine. I just sort of thought that anytime during warm enough months it would be overgrown. But it sounds like early in this season might be a better bet if you want to stick to some sort of pace on trail.
Definitely, yeah. So you get a ton of views, which is really cool because you're just like on the ridge with no foliage. So that was super cool. And then at night, it's even cooler at night because you're like up high and you can see like the lights twinkling below.
Yep. So like we talked about last week, I'm doing it the easy way. I have people meeting me at different spots to pick me up and take me to a cabin, and then I'm getting a nice hot meal. But I've just felt like it's been such a shock to my system of activity, and I'm an active person. I grew up an endurance athlete and run marathons and I've thru hiked the AT and so forth, but this has been a shock to my system, and I'm finding it hard to get the calories down because my body just wants to sort of rest, or maybe I'm throwing my systems off a little bit. But I'm dealing with, I know I need more food, more salt, more hydration, but it's just hard to stomach it. I assume when you're doing these big efforts, you're consuming tons of calories. Uh, What's your buildup like? Is that just you just allow your system to just be shocked by that and just deal with it, or do you have some sort of technique to get ready for these big efforts?
So nutrition is a huge part of it. I have like spreadsheets for all of my nutrition. And so what I do is the first day, I try to aim for like 4,500 calories a day, which is, you're burning on my 50 to 60 mile or more mile days, I'm burning like twice that many calories.
Right.
But it's like a balance of how much you want to carry versus how much you can actually consume. And so the first day, I usually carry 4,500 per day. The first day, I can't even eat that much. It's just like too much food.
Right.
And so what I also do is I balance it. Half of my calories are liquid calories. So of the 4,500, 2,200, I just drink. It's not like a milkshake. It's a sort of a clear drink with electrolytes in it.
Is it powderized, or do you just carry the liquid?
Yeah.
It's powderized?
No, so it's powder.
Okay.
So it's called maltodextrin.
Okay.
And so it's basically 600 calories in like 1 liter. And so I just consume 600 calories in, 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I consume one of those every 10 miles. So it's like super regimented, like when I'm consuming stuff, and I force myself to eat so I don't bomb.
Yep. That's what I've been battling a little bit. I knew that coming in, that fueling and pacing, that's really what it's all about. But I've just been struggling to keep up with the calories, because I guess maybe like you were talking about, a drink with 600 calories sounds so more appealing than I've been, packing out trail mix and chocolate chip cookies and stuff like that. And when I was hiking the AT, I was like a garbage disposal. I could just eat all day long, but that was I had to, work into that state of metabolism. On this trail, I've been sort of slowed. I think my systems have been a little slow to react, so that's been tough. But
I could definitely see that.
Yeah. So what's the next big adventure for you?
So my next FKT is the Benton MacKay Trail starts in the Smoky Mountain National Park and then heads south to Springer Mountain. Yep,
that winds around, and I think it intersects the AT a couple times, maybe in Tennessee, and then finishes at Springer.
Yeah, it does
very cool. How many miles is that?
That is 290.
290, and what's the time you have to beat?
So the current FKT, the unsupported FKT, I think is like 6 days and change. And full disclosure, this will be my third time attempting it.
Oh, okay.
So the first time, so it's actually, I think I have like 11 FKTs, and of my 11, I've never had to quit or bail on any of them except for the Benton MacKay twice.
Huh.
The first time I just had a swollen ankle like 170 miles in, and then last year I tore my calf muscle 40 miles from the finish, which was pretty brutal.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. But so I had 40 miles to go. I was exactly at 5 days. So I was going to finish likely within like 6 days.
Yeah. What is your physical activity like? Are you trying to hike, walk, run, stair step? What are you doing to keep your muscles strong?
So it's sort of a mix. I do a lot of running. I live in Philly, so it's kind of tough to find any mountains around here. So I do a lot of just like running on the sidewalks during the week. And then on the weekends, I do like a mix of runs. So I'll do a trail run for like 13 miles. And then I'll throw on my full pack with like 23 or 25 pounds, and then do 13 miles with the pack on. And then I do like back to back, like 20 to 26 mile days, just to get like a ton of time on feet.
So when you have a full food carry, like day one maybe of an attempt, or even if it's not an attempt, just a big hike or big trip for you, do you trail run with the full pack, or is it just a pure paced hiking effort?
It's really a hiking effort. It's like I try to run a little bit, but it's just so hard with a 23-pound pack. It's just bouncing around and it's super uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's not comfortable. I mean, I do that too, but only if it's a gradual downhill with clear foot. I mean, it's got to be the right type of trail to make that doable.
Exactly. Like I'm definitely not running the uphills. I'm running the downhills when I can, but it depends on how technical it is. So it's.
I was actually yesterday when you told me, when we texted to set up this call, and you said I had the section that you were talking about near that shelter where there's those steep uphills about 30 to 40 miles into the trail if you're going southbound. Yep. I was right in the thick of that, and I was probably halfway up one of those ridiculously steep climbs, and I'm like, well, I'm glad he said that, because I agree, this is like the Whites. The rock is a little different, but the steepness is similar. So
exactly, it's crazy. It just goes straight up. There's no switchbacks, and you're just using your hands to climb. Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Yeah, it is wild. And descending's not easy too. I can't even really make up any time descending, because you're gonna just go, you're gonna go into a somersault fall or skid out and fall back on your back. So it's been tough.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. I hope. I was just gonna say answer.
I'm sorry. I should know this, but what's the supported FKT? And by the way, you might want to. Neither of you guys have defined what FKT means.
That's a good point. We will do that.
I know, but what's the supported record, and what's the difference? Because it seems like every time I see on the AT some hotshot runner, all supported, sets a great thing, and then the next day some unsupported person out of nowhere beats them. So what's the difference on the Tuscarora?
So the supported time was set by Sean Andrews.
Yeah, okay, I know Sean.
And he did it. Yeah, so he did it in 3 days, 17 hours, and I tried to get in touch with him just to chat, but I think he lives in Arizona now, maybe. Yeah, so he said it way back in 2005. He went southbound, and so to be honest, my goal was to beat his time, but then I think it was like the end of the third day, I knew that heading into Pennsylvania, where the trail was just going to get harder, there's no way.
You should say on camera, what was your time? I know it was 4 days, but you probably know the hours. And
it was 4 days, 7 hours, and 12 seconds. I'm just looking at it. I couldn't even remember, honestly. I knew it was like 4 days and change.
Yeah, that is honestly amazing. After seeing these trail conditions in northern Pennsylvania, I'm amazed.
I got another question. Which towns do you want to go back to? You want to go back to Woodstock?
So Woodstock.
Or Maori Town?
So Woodstock, and then it's Hancock that I go through, correct?
Hancock's a cool town.
I mean,
it was like kind of brutal to just cruise through these towns, and I couldn't even stop to do anything. So,
yeah. But you got the record, so worth it.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Exactly.
Yep. Well, and you're not too far away, so if you ever want to come, do some training on the Tuscarora, do a night or two on trail, you can always do that. Set up a section that takes you through Hancock or something, and not be worried about the clock and.
Ben will get you into shape.
I'm not lending any advice to Bob. I think Bob's got it figured out. So.
There's always more to learn. I learn every single trip I go out. I learn more.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm learning a lot on this trip as well. So, all right. Well, is there any other questions for Bob from these guys, or Bob, do you have anything else you want to say to the PATC faithful?
No, I mean, just thanks for keeping the trail. Like that was part of my motivation, was that I didn't hear a lot about Tuscarora Trail, and there's some other trails that you get more, I don't know, more exposure, like a long trail or some other trails. And so yeah, my goal was just to check out the trail and hike it. So it was in great condition, blazed amazingly well. The website's great. So
all right. Well, hey, thank you so much. Good luck with Benton Mackay. When is that? When's your attempt start?
End of March. Yeah,
End
I
of
do
March.
all my
All right.
well, not all my long ones, but yeah, in the spring when the
Excellent.
little
Well,
lesser
I'll be looking for it. I'll search your. I'm sure there'll be some sort of buzz around that within the trail community across social media and so forth. So I'll keep a lookout for that come March.
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your adventure.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for taking the time. It was nice chatting with you. I appreciate it.